Super Media Bros Podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
Super Media Bros.
If you can believe this, the last hour and 20 minutes of this pay-per-view were 3 matches.
Shit.
Yeah, like when you put it that way, it's like, fuck, dude.
It sounds like it would be overkill, but I'm thinking in my head about what those matches were, and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have changed anything.
Quality.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Super Media Bros Podcast, where two best friends give comedically informative takes on movies, music, pro wrestling, and more. I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
This is episode 302, and we are covering AEW Full Gear 2023 from Los Angeles, California, Inglewood, California, because they don't want to say Los Angeles.
Yeah, they did that for Houston, didn't they?
Yeah, they did that for Houston. And then the crowd was getting pissed. They were just like, we are not Houston.
Yeah, I was at that show. Nobody was really batting an eye, but I heard people at the Galleria, like 30, 40 minutes away from the venue, stop by the Van store, and they were like, yeah, you know, they keep saying it's in Houston. It's not fucking Houston. Like, we didn't have that problem in the crowd itself because it's just the pop, you know.
Hey, bruv, this is Inglewood.
Yeah, but,
hey, bruv.
But the people that were in Houston, they seemed a little like, I wouldn't say aggravated or insulted, but they were just kind of like, why are you saying that? It's not.
Either way, this was a loaded card.
Yes, it was.
I'm saying this knowing we had All In this year. This was the best AEW pay-per-view this year.
Match quality, I agree.
That's what I'm getting at. Like,
okay.
Spectacle, All In for sure.
Yeah, All In was legitimately built different.
Yeah, and I'm talking top to bottom matches.
Yeah.
This is the pay-per-view of the year. The crowd was hot all fucking night, dude. The matches were on fucking fire. I legitimately did not see a match that I was like, eh.
Yeah, no, it was all very, very good. I also didn't have any head-scratching moments in terms of booking. The only one that I was like, oh, was actually the TBS match.
Yeah, and we'll get there for sure. That's like dead center of the pay-per-view. But
which, by the way, I didn't dislike that call. I just want to say that it was the call that threw me for a loop.
Full disclosure, Devin did not get to see the 0 hour pre-show.
No.
So I'm going to zoom through it because it's really not like you can spend time on it, but I mean, really all the matches were around like 10, 11 minutes.
Well, if you have something to say about it though, specific, go ahead.
I do for sure.
Yeah.
So like, okay, Eddie Kingston and Jay Lethal was a pretty fucking great opening match.
Oh, I miss a Kingston match.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And it was for the Ring of Honor Championship. And again, it's, you know, it's Eddie and Jay Lethal. You're getting, you know what you're getting.
Yeah, that's why I almost wish you didn't say that. I'm sad.
Okay, but so Eddie goes over in 10 minutes and 55 seconds, and the bigger story coming out of this match is the Continental Classic. Eddie Kingston is putting both the Ring of Honor Championship and the New Japan Pro Wrestling Openweight title on the line in the Continental Classic.
Oh, fuck.
Because they are creating a new championship with the Continental Classic. It is going to be the Triple Crown title, and it's going to be defended in Ring of Honor, AEW, and NJPW. Whoever wins the whole fucking thing gets all 3 belts.
That's what I was going to
They're unifying them.
Okay, because then my next question would be like, what if it was the one before the semifinals, and does the person that win it in 3rd place, do they put it up on the line for the semifinals?
Through the entire thing.
Okay,
because they're getting unified.
So it's getting grandfathered in. It's not just Eddie.
No, it's whoever wins that's why they're on the line.
Okay.
So they're going to unify all 3 titles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much whatever championship they come up with for this tournament is going to be a Triple Crown title.
Okay.
Where it is defended between 3 companies.
Is it a trophy or is it a title?
It's going to be a championship belt.
Okay.
This is the type of relationship I want to see between these companies, man.
Right, because we even talked about with Forbidden Door, our one nitpick is that it almost feels like every title match is I know how this is going to go.
And that's what I think is going to make this championship more meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
And if they put that belt on the line in the Continental Classic every year, that means more.
No, that's actually really cool. So it's like a All Japan, and it's also kind of like a G1 climax
Pretty
sort
much.
of. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucks with that. Okay.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Okay.
So, and then the next match on the card was Claudio Castagnoli versus Buddy Matthews.
Are you fucking kidding? I missed that?
Yeah.
Are these matches on YouTube by chance?
Yeah, it's a free show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because usually I make it in time for a pay-per-view, so I just get it all
Right.
intersynced, so I never had to like app swap or anything like that. So, okay, that I definitely need to watch.
Do you give a shit if it's spoiled, or do you want to?
No, it's Buddy versus Claudio. I know I'm getting a great match.
Okay, so Claudio goes over by submission in this match.
Oh wow,
surprisingly.
Okay.
But the follow up is that he's trying to shake Buddy's hand, and Buddy like shoulder checks him on the way out. Which obviously there's an entire feud right now building between the Blackpool Combat Club and the House of Black, which I'm that's gonna be a fucking money feud. Yeah, fuck, we eating. Next up, I know we're blowing through this, but goddamn. Next up is MJF and Samoa Joe versus the Guns for the Ring of Honor tag titles. MJF and Samoa Joe go over, and Samoa Joe and MJF shake hands with each other. But after the match, the Guns attack MJF, which you've seen on the replay, how they fucked his leg up and all this other shit. So that kind of plays into the championship match at the ass end of the show. But getting into the pay-per-view proper, we open with the 6-man tag match of Sting, Darby, and Adam Copeland versus the Patriarchy, which is Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne.
First of all, the entrance was sick.
I'm happy they didn't go with a separate entrance for those three, and they let them all have like a moment, and then they all come out to Metalingus.
Yeah. It was really cool. The face paint was cool. Like, just their attires all looked cool. I fear for Darby, but, we'll get there later.
I was kind of pissed off because I'm going to just go ahead and say this right now. Bleacher Report, fix your fucking app, you piece of shit. I missed a quarter of this match because of you.
Shit. Did you see the Darby spot to the outside?
Are you talking about when he took the fucking...
the bump off of the side?
Oh, when he got fucking slammed on the apron? Yeah, that was pretty fucking bad.
Like I said, I fear for this man. Godspeed at Mount Everest. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I've got a weird feeling in my stomach about Darby. And I'm saying that as a diehard fan. I've got several t-shirts. Like, I'm a huge fan of Darby.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing ill will by any stretch.
You're worried about him.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Sometimes I wonder if he actually genuinely has a death wish.
He's an adrenaline junkie, honestly. Like, that's what I see is an adrenaline junkie. And I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. He's a thrill seeker. There's a lot of people that fucking go rock climbing that are like that. They do skydiving, all kind of shit. But hey, man, all power to him. If he can get up that motherfucker, hell yeah.
Oh, dude, if he can do it, great press. Incredible. I'm just nervous. And granted, part of it is because I actually did have a genuine dream not too long ago where he did have an accident.
Yeah.
Didn't make it. So like now anytime I'm watching him, I'm like, is this a day that the dream like becomes something? Like, was this?
Bro, is this it?
Yeah. Is this the foreshadowing?
I don't know. But Sting, Darby, and Adam go over.
Great match.
Yeah, dude. And I know that this is building up to eventually having Adam and Christian have having a one-on-one match. They need to hold off on that. They definitely need to make sure that match, when it does happen, that needs to happen at All In next year.
Dude, do you think that they can like milk it?
100%.
Okay.
It's Adam and Christian. If there are two people in this company that I trust to drag a fucking feud out for over a year,
that is fair.
It's those two. Because think about how long they've been back and forth with each other. How many decades now?
That is true.
Almost 3 decades.
Not only that, but you and I have talked on air saying like, yeah, Edge, him and Seth Rollins love to
get their shit in, man.
Yeah, dude. And it's not a bad thing by any stretch. And Christian is having the best run of his career.
This is outdoing his fucking TNA run, in my opinion, which I thought was better than his initial Fed run.
Yeah, like I love everything that he has done and said.
This motherfucker wrestles in a turtleneck, dude.
The one thing that I am hoping that they do is make mention of the entrance with the choir.
Yeah.
I want him so badly to say on Dynamite this week, yeah, I came out to an army of orphans.
I swear to God, I swear on everything, I tweeted this. I live tweeted when it happened. I was like, man, he would be coming out to a bunch of fatherless children singing him to the ring.
Dude, I'm telling you that they didn't say it, but that has to be the implication.
Right. What if AEW actually outsourced an orphan choir to do this like IRL?
Oh, dude, you know what? I'm buying more merch. I'm getting a fucking flag. I'm getting... Fuck it. I'm getting...
My man's gonna donate to that fucking fund and everything.
My brother in Christ, I'm getting the fucking main middle plate of the AEW World title tattooed on my belly. I'm getting the works, dude.
He's gonna get the Christian Cage nameplate put on that bitch and everything.
You want to talk about all in? I'm going all in.
Oh, shit. Who's your daddy?
Christian Cage.
15 minutes and 10 seconds. Sting, Darby, and Adam go over.
Top 3 matches of the night, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. Moving on to the International Championship match with Jon Moxley and Orange Cassidy. Dude,
this was great.
This was just as good as their match at All Out, and the right person went over. I love that Moxley put him over cleanly in the middle of the ring.
Very rare. But
that's the thing about Jon, dude, is when he puts somebody over, he puts them over damn near clean any time that he knows that this person is going to be the guy or one of the guys. Not that Cassidy's gimmick was ever shit, because I've always loved Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
But you cannot deny that man has improved by leaps and bounds in the last year.
Yeah, he feels... Okay, so it's always felt like he understood his character and he understood his match types. But now it feels more like he understands his role, like his position within the company. He comes off more like comfortable.
Yeah, and he is like one of the workhorses in this company.
Yeah, at this point, it's like, it's really weird to me because whenever AEW was founded, it always felt like MJF was the guy that people looked at and were like, oh, he's the guy that can only talk. He's not that great in the ring. And now he's pretty much shut everybody up. Everybody can acknowledge, no, this is a world-class professional wrestler through and through.
Right.
Orange, weirdly enough, still gets like some flack. I mean, if the gimmick isn't your thing, I get that.
He's got good crossover appeal with kids, though, because of that.
But, and I get that too, but if you want to shit on the character, fine. I shit on the John Cena character for years. It's like, whatever.
We all did. It was fun to do.
So I understand that. I whatever. But to sit there and say, no, his matches suck, I don't understand how you can debate that.
I fully agree with that.
Yeah, and I'm not like talking shit to anybody. Like if you have a genuine reasoning to not liking his matches, feel free to comment, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, I do too. And it's the in-ring work. Yeah. And that's what I was getting at in this match especially. Lots of great back and forth, lots of great selling on both parts. The physicality getting amped up like midway through the match is always a good thing. Like, and I love whenever that happens because it seems like Moxley's like third gear kicks in like every fucking time there's a sign of blood from either him or somebody else in that fucking ring. It's like he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, no, this is happening."
It makes you wonder what was he doing in the backstage locker room area during the Swerve match?
Screaming at the monitor, probably like,
"It should have been me!"
Pretty much. But I like that it took, and I counted them, it took Cassidy 6 orange punches and a beach break to pin him clean.
9 out of 10 times, I hate that shit. But whenever it is somebody that, like we just said, somebody that has only been pinned a couple of times cleanly,
handful.
Yeah, like it's more understandable. I mean, fuck, it's not like a Cody Rhodes thing, which I love Cody. Like the one issue that I have with his matches is he does this thing now where it looks cool, but he does like the triple crossroads to even a mid-carder, to the point where I'm like, I don't...
Save that for somebody that needs to be put down that many times, like Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns even.
Right, but if you're doing that shit to somebody that might have the U.S. title...
Dude, you're being a dick at that point.
I don't even look at it as being a dick. I look at it as, oh, this move is that weak. You need to do it 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So But with the Orange thing, I understand.
Yeah, because with Orange, like, he's a smaller gentleman, like, comparatively speaking, but Moxley is also that tough.
Right. He's looked at as this company's one of their goats, I should say.
He's pretty much the dude that's like, okay, is this dude going to be able to hang in AEW? Put him in the ring with put him in the ring with Mox.
Yeah, and it used to be Cody until he left.
Right.
I remember that shit, and he did great with that role.
Yeah. But Cassidy retains in 12 minutes and 5 seconds, and I'll be honest with you, dude, the international title is probably my actual favorite championship in this company.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I feel like that belt has more prestige to it than even the world title does right now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I'm listening.
People have been fucking vying for that goddamn thing. Even though it switched hands a few times based upon like a legitimate injury.
Right. I don't hold that against him.
Dude, the fact that, okay, so Cassidy held it for almost a calendar year. Moxley was about to have a mega fucking run with it. But then the fact that Cassidy was like, no, that's my fucking title. Like, the way they booked it, that championship feels so important. It's the workhorse title. It's been held by some fucking great people already. World title aside, that is the top title in this company. It main evented a pay-per-view when we didn't have a fucking world title match, dude. It is the most important championship.
And the only reason it wouldn't be the world title, even though I'd hold that one above it just slightly, there were some hiccups with the booking of Hangman. I don't hold that against him, but I think they squandered his run. And the whole Punk debacle, I mean, we're not playing the point fingers thing here. It's just that made the world title look a certain way for a brief period.
Yeah, and right now the way they're trying to book the world championship is where they need to keep going, where they're having so many people eyeballing Max for that belt. Now, moving on to the women's world championship match is Timeless Tony.
Beautiful.
Versus Hikaru Shida, who was the champion. 10 minutes and 25 seconds, Tony Storm loads her ass with a fucking metal plate and does the hip attack on Hikaru Shida. I fucking love this Timeless Tony Storm gimmick so much, dude. It is the greatest fucking thing I have seen in the women's division in quite some time.
And I love, you already know, as like a cinephile, I love the fucking black and white silent film thing. I love that.
She's going full Monroe with this.
She is. And I love, like, not only as just somebody that loves filmmaking, but also I love it as somebody that, you know me, whether it's movies, music, whatever, I love experimentation, especially whenever it's experimental, but still digestible, where you can show your mom and she'll be like, well, that was different, but she can still digest it. She understands it. That's one thing that I love about this. This is a great example of that.
And the match itself was very well worked.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Because even though going into this, I had a feeling that Tony was going to win, the way she did it, I was like, okay, this is kind of funny how there was a moment where like that was about to slide out the back end of her fucking trunks and she just like turns to the corner and she's like, and fixes it real fast and then just charges at her. I was like, oh my God, this bitch really fucking did that shit. But I love how dramatic she got. Like, you know, her character's so fucking great. How Luther carries her to the back and she's like swooning over her belt. And I'm like, this is fucking money. Especially on the sequences on Dynamite whenever her fucking silent shorts play picture in picture. That is so fucking great.
It is. I do wonder how, because, okay, on the days that I'm still working, I've got it playing on my phone while I'm working. And so whenever it's that tiny of a screen, it can be difficult. So I do wonder about like some people that have smaller TVs. But I think we live in a time now where we can all see what's being done, right?
Yeah, the phones are big enough now, and then the HD aspect of it is like crystal clear enough that we get what's happening.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, like, because like I said, on my phone, and then at the TV that I usually watch it, but we have different TVs, so we're both confirming that it's viewable. Like, it's not.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, Timeless Tony Storm wins her third AEW Women's Championship.
That's so wild to think about. Holy shit.
Her and Hikaru Shida are the only 3-time women's champion in this company. Moving on to the next match. Okay, I say that there's matches that I didn't have problems with. I didn't even have a problem with this match. It's just that what are they doing with the tag titles right now is what I kind of want to know, because like it's Ricky Starks and Big Bill who are the champions. Dralistico and Roosh, and then FTR, and then Kings of the Black Throne in a ladder match, fatal 4-way.
Crazy match.
Yeah, crazy fucking match. I mean, Ricky Starks and Big Bill retain in 2035, but like some of the spots in this match scared the shit out of me.
The Gonzo bomb on the ladder.
Yeah.
I was like,
I thought he broke that motherfucker's neck at first, honestly.
Dude, I did too. I was like, God damn.
I was
chill.
I was like, man, Dralistico about to go to the fucking he debuted and retired. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to debut with this company. It's like, all right, cool, man. It's like, see you later there, bud. And bro, every time Cash and Dax work a match, you know what I think about? I think about, well, what's the tweet from Dax going to be where he's hurt this time? Because goddamn, that poor son of a bitch is banged up after every fucking match they have, dude.
I know. Well, and for some reason, it's like, okay, Dax is not young, but he's not old either. But he carries himself like a grizzly veteran who's been doing this for 45 years. I don't know what it is. It's just his aesthetic. Just
Uncle Dax.
Yeah, like he comes off like he's older than he is. I don't know what it is. I think it's because he's got that aesthetic of like those old school fucking gruff wrestling. Like, I don't know. Just somebody that's not from this era.
That's why I always say that FTR would have fit so well in the Crockett days, dude.
They absolutely would have, yeah.
I mean, it's not even just, because of their entrance music and like how they are essentially a throwback to that era, but like I would give anything. You know how we always talk about like, oh man, it would be cool to see Bret Hart and Kurt Angle in their prime against one another. Mm-hmm. Give me, and I shit you not, this would be a dream match for me. Give me Arn and Tully versus Cash and Dax in their prime. How fucking amazing would that tag match be?
Incredible.
Yeah. Kings of the Black Throne.
Wonderful.
I will always watch anything that the House of Black does. The House always wins, goddammit. But, I don't want to see them waste these guys in matches like this. I really feel like the House of Black should be trying to get their fucking trios titles back.
That or, I mean, is it asking too much to get Malachi a singles title?
No, the fucker is needed. Like, I would love to see him or Brody have something like that, dude. Yeah. Those two are like the whole fucking team, really, but they're too good to be just kind of shoveled off into this shit.
Like, in a perfect world, one day, not now, but I would love to see Malachi with the world title, Brody with, I don't know, TNT, get Buddy with the international, Julia with the TBS, like, can we do that? And then, fingers crossed, eventually they pull the trigger, Sky Black with the women's title.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm not asking too much. It'd be really fucking cool to have the House winning. Like, finally, the House wins.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Ricky Starks and Big Bill remind me of Shawn Michaels and Diesel.
They do. And that's the thing, too, is like we're talking an awful lot about FTR and House of Black, but they're great, too. Like, Big Bill and Ricky, like, love them. Love them.
I do, too. It's so weird because at first I was like, why are they doing this? And now I'm like,
it works.
It does because of that dynamic. I'm curious to see where this goes, considering they retained, and typically at Full Gear, like, I'm not saying like none of the titles are major, but what I'm saying is like one of the major men's championships typically change hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, typically that happens. That doesn't happen tonight.
No, and you know what? I'm just now noticing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Ricky and Bill retain in 20 minutes. Yeah, in 20 minutes and 35 seconds. And then from the Kings of the Black Throne being in this match, we move to Julia Hart, Chris Statlander, and Sky Blue in a three-way for the AEW TBS Championship. greatly worked match.
It was.
I think Sky Blue and Julia both have improved by leaps and bounds, especially Julia Hart. She's 22 and she's working like a fucking ring vet. Did you notice her gear? Did you notice Chris Statlander's gear by any chance?
Which part?
Okay, so do you remember Dodgeball?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
She came out in Ben Stiller's gear, man, from his team.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, dude.
Because I was so like...
She came out in Globo Gym gear.
Because I was paying so much attention to the Julia and Sky story, both in the ring and also like, oh, well, Sky's now coming out with some fucking screamo in the background, like a reverb chorus thing. And she's got the black embedded into the blue. So it's like, it's there. And then the obvious in-ring storytelling, and Julia Hart's got like a heart around her eye, like all of that stuff. And then Chris Statlander comes in, and I'm so focused on her power moves that I didn't even like. And also just the sad story of like, damn, dude, when she came in, we were so fucking hyped, and then she just only had 3 matches after, it feels like, and it's sad.
And she's had a few, but
I just wish they did more.
Yeah.
She deserves more.
Oh, for sure. Honestly, dude, like, put Chris Statlander in the women's championship spot. It was absolutely, like, Julia Hart goes over and wins the championship, and it is her time. It is her time to do this. And
that's the one match where it threw a curveball at me, because I did think that it would be Sky. But that is a fresh feud right there, though, and that is a great money feud, especially given the way that Julia Hart explains how her mist works, where she alluded to the fact that the mist doesn't always take with its host. Mm-hmm. How whoever she mists could accept it and embrace it like she did, or they can fight it. And it looks like Sky Blue is having that slow transition. Right. And I'm enjoying it. And that's the thing. It threw me for a curveball. But once I saw it, I was like, okay, so what we can do here is eventually she does join the house. But then it's like, what I'm picturing in my head is Sky joining. But then after that, it's like, okay, you've been sunning me long enough. This is not a quarrel within the house, but I want my shot. It could be something like that. Or she does eventually leave. It could go any direction, really. Sure. In 11 minutes and 20 seconds, again, this was the surprise of the night for me as far as like who got put over and who won. So really enjoyed it. Yeah, and we have two of the women's championships changing hands in the same show. Greatly deserved by both. Yes. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back and talk about the final 3 matches on the card. You're listening to the Super Media Bros podcast on the OddPods Media Network. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, friends. This is an AI version of John. Lauren has the power to make me say anything she wants me to say. She decided that I needed to tell you to listen to the Beard Owl podcast. It's the podcast where we talk about 2 of the best things in the world, beer and the wonderful Weird Al. She also wants me to tell you that she rules and I drool. Lauren is awesome. I smell like feet. Go listen to the Beard Owl podcast, available wherever you get podcasts. Lauren is the best at running the show. I'm just side talent. Lauren is so great.
All right, we're back, and the 1 hour and 20 minutes that we spoke about at the top of the show is about to happen. We're going to kick off a trilogy of matches that are just, by and large, the matches of the night on this card. And we've already had a hell of a card building up to this. The first of this trilogy is Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page in a Texas death match. Yeah, I'm buying some Swerve merch. I love Hangman, but Swerve is like, I don't know, dude. We talked about it before the show. I always liked Swerve. Oh, same here, dude. The guy has got swag for fucking days. He drips with fucking like charisma, like just that he always had it, but I was always like, where's that glass ceiling about to shatter? Yeah, and it happened whenever he broke into Nick Wayne's little like shed. That I was like, dude, give me more of this. Right. And oh my God, they have. Yeah, they amped it up with the whole, like, the fact that when he went for Paige the first time, I was like, okay, what is this bullshit? Like, I swear to God, at first, I was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had their first match. I was like, that was a great match. And then when they amped it up with the home invasion angle.
I love those, by the way.
Same. It reminded me a lot of Austin and Pillman.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, and speaking of, I do have a point to make with this.
Okay.
So what I'm enjoying about Swerve's run right now, going into this match, who was getting cheered and booed in this match?
It was a mix, but it was predominantly Swerve getting cheered, man.
That's my point. Exactly. Now, I want to bring this up before I forget about it, because I will, because I definitely want to spend some time on this match, because to me, this is the match of the fucking night.
Agreed.
This gave me, now, not 100%, so anybody out there listening that has seen the match I'm going to refer to, and you think I'm fucking stupid for this, like, go fuck yourself and really look. This gave me shades of Brett and Austin at WrestleMania 13. Because dare I say, I felt that crowd almost double turning on these fuckers.
Okay.
Because at one point, yeah, sure, they were both getting cheered.
Yeah.
But at one point, the crowd was getting pissed that Swerve might not have been winning this.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when Nana jerked him out the ring and put him on his feet. The crowd was going fucking ballistic.
Yeah. And by the way, kudos to Tony Khan, because I didn't think he'd have the fucking sack to have Swerve go over twice over a former world champion like that.
But I mean, that's the push, dude. I fucking feel like with this match, especially that Swerve Strickland has like escalated to the main event spot.
For sure. Like, if it means anything, I'm probably going to be buying some kind of merch of some sort soon. And to me, that's always like a telltale sign, you know, whenever you're like, all right, next payday, I'm going to get some merch, you know, like that's whenever you know you got something.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing excellent. Like, all of his shit looks good. The only time that like you could say that it didn't make sense would be whenever he had glass on Hangman and then he goes to do a dive.
Yeah, he does a 450 on it.
Yeah, that was a one hokey spot where it's like, it doesn't make sense in the context of a fight, but at the same point, I was just eating it up so much that I didn't even notice it until after the fact, and I'm mentally reviewing it.
Right.
You know, at that point, it's like but in the moment, were you having fun with it?
Yeah. Because there's some spots where we have staple guns and all kind of shit, which I loved the moment when he stapled his child's finger painting to his fucking face.
Oh my God, I loved it. It was sickening.
Yeah. And the spot where he kind of just like, you know what, fucking like starts stapling himself and he's got that look on his face.
Dude.
Look, Swerve bled like a motherfucker.
Dude, everything that Swerve did, and Hangman did too. It takes two to tango. And also, Hangman has some excellent Texas death matches, period.
He's never lost one until this one.
Yeah, like they've all been fire too. You know, so we're talking about Swerve because to me, this was a career-defining match where it's like, okay, this guy not only is going to be in the main event, but it wasn't fluke match after fluke match. This guy isn't just a good hand. This guy could be one of your guys.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank.
He will be too. Bro, so the spots in this match that blew my fucking mind, we'll get to the one, but the spots that blew my mind in this match were some of the shit they were doing off the top rope into the ring.
Yes.
Bro, the way that Hangman got his color in this match where he got pile driven on the guardrail. No, the guardrail.
Oh, dude, that one fucking blew my mind.
Yeah. Because, like, when he fucking got laid out after that, he was on the floor. And then when he sits up, there's just a fucking pool spot of blood. And I was like, oh, that's where they fucking... Okay, so he got it on the top of the goddamn head. And then Swerve was already bleeding buckets. So I guess we'll just fucking address the elephant in the room. The spot in question that Devin and I have seen making the rounds on the internet and everywhere... It was the spot where Hangman goes underneath him and just picks up his head and just opens his mouth and just fountains that shit, just drinks his blood and fucking Triple H's it into the air.
Which, and it's not like a minor little...
No.
My man's was thirsty.
My man was like he was going to 7-Eleven on Bring Your Own Cup Day.
Dude, that shit was fucking foul. And as far as like all the backlash of it, if it's just gross to you, like if you're like a germaphobe sort of thing, like, and I'm not like speaking ill of you if you get queasy with that. I have a very close friend that I wanted to say, dude, did you watch this? But she ain't gonna watch that shit, you know? If you're one of those, I totally get it, you know? My concern is you guys have been blood tested, right?
Yeah, man, that was the one thing that I was just like, they had to. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, and Hangman, okay, I understand Punk had said that he's an empty-headed dumb fuck. You can say that he has said ignorant things, you know, you can make that comment, you know, but to say that he's dumb, I wouldn't. He was a school teacher, was he not?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't think he's dumb in a book sense. I think he has, you could say that he might not have wherewithal, but he's an educated man. He knows better than to fuck around with blood like that. So I think he knew what he was doing at least.
This would have never flown on television for a multitude of reasons, dude. The FCC would have had a fucking field day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because that is like legitimately something that would probably get the company banned from TV.
Yeah, and no, they're not gonna fuck around with all that.
No.
Dude, the one spot with the fucking barbed wire chair and the wire wrapped
my God.
around. I was like, he's gonna go blind. He's gonna fucking go blind.
That's what I thought too. I thought it went in his, the first time I saw that happen on the replay, I was like, oh my God, did it get him in the eye? And I swear on everything, if his hair wouldn't have been there, it would have gotten him in the eye.
Oh my God. And that was a freak thing. Like that wasn't planned in any way, but visually, I was like, this is one of the craziest fucking matches I've ever seen.
This is probably the most violent match I have ever watched in a major promotion.
Yeah, like, I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to come in and say, well, actually, you've clearly never seen blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, actually.
Yeah. And by the way, feel free to send them our way because we eat this shit up.
Yeah, I would love to watch some garbage-ass wrestling.
Yeah, like, give it to us, whether it's Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, or anything GCW. Dude, go ahead and give it to us all. Like, we're more than happy, but in terms of a mainstay, like a big company that is on national television each and every week, multiple times a week, and it's on a major pay-per-view, yeah, this might take the cake. The only thing they didn't do was fire and explosives.
Yeah, and the crowd was begging for fire. There was a "We want fire" chant, and I was like, don't encourage them.
Well, they were probably sitting there like, guys, we'd love to, but we actually don't have pyro.
No, we saw what the fuck happened the last time this shit was being done when Cody Rhodes set his whole back on fire.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. But like, goddamn, the ending of this match.
God, I love this company.
Yeah, same. The ending of this match comes in the form of a couple of run-ins, and Adam Page drives Prince Nana through a table.
Fucking love Nana.
Same. He dead eyes him through a table. He gets up, and we all but forget that there is a cinder block at the ringside area, which Swerve Strickland just shatters over the back of the neck of Hangman, and then quite literally Hangman's his ass on the turnbuckle post with a chain, chokes him out, and gets the 10 count. And I love how the entire time that the ref was counting, Swerve just had this look in his eyes, like it was the most like evil looking grin. It's fucking awesome.
It's so weird, like with his gimmick. It's almost like, do you get a sense that Swerve's gimmick is what Jared Leto's Joker looked to kind of be in Suicide Squad? The suave gangster.
Leto could never.
No. But you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if that's intentional, it might be me reaching, but that's the vibe I get with the long coat and I'm always a few steps ahead. I've got this evil smile and laugh, like it's not that he's doing a Joker gimmick, but I look at it and I'm like, if this is what the David Ayer cut would have been like, that could have been something. I can kind of see that vibe.
Maybe. In the longest match of the night, Swerve Strickland goes over Hangman Adam Page in 29 minutes and 55 seconds. Match of the night, well done. Stole the show.
Wonderful. Probably
pissed off everybody else that had to follow this.
And I know in the press conference, MJF was like, fuck.
Yeah. So we move on to the Golden Jets, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega versus the Young Bucks in a tag team match. And the stipulation is that the Young Bucks are putting their tag team championship opportunity on the line. So if they win, the Young Bucks lose that. But if the Young Bucks win, the Golden Jets would have to disband as a team altogether. This is exactly what you would expect out of the four of these people.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho being fucking Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega turning it up in the back half of the match, the Bucks being the Bucks.
I loved it.
I did too. I put this up there. It wasn't as good, and the tag match I'm talking about. It wasn't as good as Hangman and Kenny versus the Bucks.
No, I wouldn't say so, but
it's up there in terms of this is good storytelling.
Right. This is by no stretch of the imagination a letdown. Like, it's just like, I think what it is, dude, is you got to look at the card overall. The most, I would say maybe crowd pleasing would probably be the match with Darby and Copeland and all them, The best psychological match is going to be the main event. The best match, period, was a death match. This is probably the most, I don't know how to describe it, because
this is your best company originals match.
Yes, because I think what I'm trying to say is, you want to say, oh, yeah, no, this is, top 2 or 3 matches of the night, and then you look at the other matches of the night, and it's like, fuck, what is my order?
Right, but my thing is, you look at the four of these people, and you know exactly what you're going to get.
Yes.
And it neither failed to meet those expectations, nor really exceeded them by too much. It's exactly what you would think that you're getting.
Yeah.
The ending of the match, though, they teased a couple of times where Kenny looked like he might have been turning on Jericho.
Yes.
And I love the moment whenever he's about to do his V-trigger where he points at him.
Yeah.
And the crowd is just like, God damn it. And you see Jericho leaning on the ropes, it's in his face, he's trying to win this, and he's legitimately a teammate to Kenny at this point. And it's that moment when Kenny passes him and he fucking hits, I think, Matt, where you're like, okay, he's made his choice now. It's to the point where the Bucks are letting their egos ruin this friendship again.
Which, 2 things I want to point out. Number 1, I love that Jericho seemed to be reacting to the crowd reaction without, because so often in wrestling, it's a trope, it's just like the invisible wall of the ring, whenever people exit it and all that other stuff, where it seems like the wrestlers can't hear the crowd, anytime, there'll be times where Randy Orton sneaks into the ring behind somebody and the crowd is going fucking nuts, but nobody turns around until the moment before an RKO.
Right.
And I like that Jericho didn't play like he's deaf. He could hear them, and he was clearly thinking, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to get at, dude. I fucking loved it. The storytelling and the body language, the facial expressions, the story going into this period is the Bucks are like, oh, we don't trust Chris. You guys are fought before and blah, blah, blah. And, it's that Jericho and Omega are united against Don Callis and the Callis family. So after the match ends, which it ends with Kenny Omega getting the pinfall for their team, the Bucks throw a fit at ringside. They break shit. They throw their shoes. Like, fucking hilarious because Nick Jackson threw his goddamn shoes through into the crowd. I was like, God, he just yeeted a pair of Nikes into the fucking crowd, dude.
Not just Nikes either. They're like
them fucking J's or whatever, dude, or some shit. Those Air Maxes. I was like, God damn,
so,
bro.
Dude, I think I saw. We talked earlier about the trip to fucking Houston. Dude, at the Galleria, we went to a sneaker shop because I saw some Yeezys, and you know that's like a dream shoe for me that I'll never be able to convince myself to get. But in there, we saw the Dior Nikes that the Bucks wore in that one match. I believe, and I might be wrong, I believe it was in the cage match with the Lucha Brothers. Dude, those are like $2,000 shoes.
I know, but I'm fucking dying laughing to myself because like the first thought that I had was some poor bastard coming back from the concession stands with a fucking armful of beer and popcorn, and you just hear, and he just falls the fuck over, dude.
Well, with that one shoe, he can make his money back on all those, well, maybe half of the concessions because that shit's expensive, but fuck, man.
Somebody rings us like, bro, where'd you get that fucking Nike hot dog? Like, how much you paid for that Nike dog, bro?
Dude, you know what, though? I do love that they are leaning into the real life reputation, whether it's deserved or not, the reputation of the Bucks being children.
I will tell you this right now. That is exactly how I perceive them.
Yeah.
I really do. And I hate that I do, but my God, I
like no kayfabe.
No fucking kayfabe, no bullshit. That is legitimately how I picture them.
See, I picture them as being kind of bratty, but I picture them more of just kind of like not paying attention. Well, here's what I'm saying about that. Did you read their book?
I have their book.
I know you have it, but did you read it cover to cover?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Booker T chapter?
Yes.
Where they had mentioned like, yeah, we didn't even notice that his jacket was there or something. It was something along those lines. I can believe that because you've seen it where I'm not trying to be a dick. It just wasn't paying attention. I was worried about whatever was going on in my own little head.
Right.
And then I came off looking like an asshole in some capacity. And so it's like, maybe they just don't have that kind of like awareness.
I don't know, but what I do know, they are coming back as heels when they do come back.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
And my prediction is that they will be aligned with Don Callis.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah. I could see it. Fuck.
Yeah, that's my prediction anyway.
That storyline's gonna hurt. Might not hurt as the eventual follow-up to the next match.
We fucking need the drama, though. I want to see story-driven shit, which AEW is finally, not that they never had before, but I like that they're leaning into the dramatic aspect of some of these characters.
Yes, because you and I have spoke about it before, where it's like, Tony Khan often feels like a matchmaker, not a booker. It feels like he's starting to book. That or he has somebody else in the back booking. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure the wrestlers themselves that are helping to craft their storylines with the other talent they're working with have everything to do with it. And moving into the AEW World Championship match between MJF and Jay White, which the story was that at first Adam Cole was going to fill in, which fucking strange that Adam Cole would be allowed to go to the ring by Tony Khan, period, over this, and then not be stopped by a million officials like MJF was.
Yeah, like I didn't. It's not that it was a bad storyline per se. It's just like I kept watching it, going, "Wait, I'm dispending my I don't know about this." Now, I will say that it adds to the character development.
Sure.
So I wouldn't say that I see why they did it, but I understand why it's another layer to the story, but I wasn't crazy about it logic-based.
Like you said, though, I think it was more meant for the psychology of the match.
Yeah, I get it, but if it were up to me, I would have deleted that altogether, and instead, I would have had just Adam Cole come out, period, and MJF be like, "You came all this way? you're hurt. That's going to hinder your progress, whatever. Or he could even say something like, "Are you supposed to be in physical therapy?" And he's like, "I'm not missing this. You got this, brother." You know, like something like that. And I think you would have gotten the same emotional impact with more sense.
Sure.
That's just me, though.
Well, I mean, he came out earlier in the night, like during the tag match or whatever. Like he showed up during.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Like he's the reason they won the tag title match earlier in the night, because he fucking showed up and distracted the Guns, and it's like, oh, that was the surprise of the night, that he's here and blah blah blah. But I digress. The match itself is MJF working with a bum leg, which a lot of people on the internet were pissed off. They were like, "Oh, this just bear with me."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this diminishes Jay White. Oh, Jay White's cooked. Jay White's over. How the fuck did they book him to lose this match? He should have won. He lost. He lost to a guy with one leg. What the fuck is this company doing? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, building their champion to be a tough son of a bitch who is not going to quit. Jay White's character is that of an arrogant, smug dick who thinks he's got this in the bag, who at this point is just toying with him and beating his ass.
Right.
However, a couple of real injuries happened during this match.
I did read that, yeah.
Surprisingly, it was not the cutter from inside the ring to the outside.
That wasn't it?
It was the elbow drop to the outside.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not. So the match is 29 minutes and 45 seconds, which MJF does go over, by the way, spoilers. There's a spot where he's supposed to elbow drop Jay White through the announce desk. Well, he puts Jay White on it, and the desk just collapses. And this is a terrible misfortune that has befallen The Rock on many occasions.
I know.
It's always The Rock. Seriously.
Why is that?
I don't fucking know. But he puts Jay on there, and he falls, and then MJF's like, God damn it. So he drags him to the front end of the debris. And he gets back in the ring and he climbs up top and does the spot anyway. And he does the Sammy Guevara like crazy, like loop-de-loop, gives him a fucking straight elbow right into the mat on the outside. And this is where MJF injures his fucking hip and supposedly works the rest of the match this way. MJF had to have his fucking hip pop back into place after this match was over.
Fuck.
Dude, goddamn, like, that hurt to watch, because I knew that landing was not pretty. Like, it landed well, but when I saw how his body took the impact, I was like, oh, no, that's bad. But the storyline here, the psychology, we have a couple of times where it looks like Adam Cole almost fucked him over by complete accident, or is it complete accident?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's looking at Jay and he's about to clobber him with the Ring of Honor tag belt, and then Jay's like, no, fuck that, takes it from him and clocks Max in the face with it and almost wins. But then the ref gets a bump. Adam puts the Dynamite Diamond ring in there. Jay White gets a hold of it, almost wins again. MJF takes the ring. The Guns come out, they get smacked, but then MJF winds up smacking Jay with it, and the ref recovers in time, and he pins him. Now, the whole time, Adam's he's excited for him, he's celebrating with him, and I hate and love at the same time. I hate that I'm like, oh, I'm waiting on the other to shoot a drop, I'm waiting on Adam Cole to fuck him over real bad, but at the same time, I'm sitting here like, dude, don't fuck this up. This is one of the best stories y'all have got going in this company right now.
Right. No, I don't. I'm telling y'all, I think the time that he will drop the title and it will all come out will be at World's End. Well, I say that. Did he not kind of spill the beans that he's in it until 2027? He did resign?
He didn't necessarily spill the beans. It just got quietly leaked that he re-signed with the company, because he, even at the press conference, he was just like, yeah, I want to be here for a long time. If this motherfucker pays me enough money by the time January 1st rolls around, and it's like, okay.
See, if it hadn't have gotten leaked, now I don't know if this works as well, but I stand by what I said, that have him drop the title the night before his contract expires and don't say a fucking word. let it be quiet and let the audience find out organically, like, because if he loses the title and Adam Cole fucks him over, the idea would be, yeah, you had one friend and he fucked you over and you just dipped. You left. That alone would have been a story. Like, there are so many ways to do it. That's how I would have booked it. But if it did get leaked, then it's like, well, now it's, once again, we are in a limitless situation.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Adam Cole is injured, supposedly, which I'm pretty sure this is a fucking legitimate. It's not a work.
It is legitimate, but
then MJF has a legitimate injury that he's going to be sidelined for a little bit. He's not going to be out for months, but he's going to be out for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got your main storyline on your in your company with bum wheels. Like, they both got a bum leg, and what do you do with this? My thing is, if you further progress this, you can do vignettes, because I feel like if this were to happen, which it's happening now, this gives the company an opportunity to focus on the Continental Classic.
Yeah.
And let's let that simmer for a minute. And let's let Adam Cole and MJF and this whole storyline take place through vignettes, which is perfect now to reveal the devil. Probably, hopefully, between now and World's End, or the devil shows up at World's End, because devil, World's End, that would make sense to me. Please, God, don't let it be Jungle Boy. I don't want Jack Perry to be the fucking devil.
I'm telling you right now, I believe it is.
I'd laugh my dick off if it was Britt Baker.
I think the other option would still be Adam Cole, especially if he's seemingly planting traps for MJF.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing that nobody's really talking about. Who are the other guys? And I strongly feel that one of them is Kyle O'Reilly.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be fucked if it's not Adam Cole and it is Jack Perry, and Jack Perry's like, I got your boys.
Ooh.
If it was Kyle O'Reilly, I'm not saying he's in here, but it would be cool. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and the Kingdom all conspiring with Jack Perry.
That would be something. Kind of lean into his Hollywood roots too. Yeah, I paid him off.
I wouldn't do the payoff thing. Okay. I would do where every one of them is like, why are you friends with Max?
Yeah.
You turned your back on all of us to be his friend.
And then Jungle Boy would just...
Adam! That fucking guy.
And then Jungle Boy would just be like, Max, I don't know why you're acting all pissy. You told me to do this. You told me to make these changes. That's why, to me, it being Jungle Boy would make the most sense. I would be more than happy with Adam Cole. I'd be more than happy with... There's a lot of different options. For all we know, it could be somebody that we're not even thinking of.
What if it was Tony Khan?
Oh! Hold on. The figure is slim. The devil figure is a slim guy.
Yeah. Think about it. The whole bidding war of 2024 thing.
Oh, fuck.
Why? You think he may still have a vendetta against him? You know what I'm saying? He wants to get him to lose the title before, so he doesn't fucking leave the company with the belt. It's a whole Vince CM Punk move.
I would love that. Now, the real question is, do you think Tony has the social ability to cut promos?
He can snort a line of coke and then just do it.
Come on. His tism is going to be acting up.
No, maybe that's what calms it, but...
Okay.
Here's what I'm waiting on, though. If it is Tony Khan, and this is a fucking long shot. You ready for this?
Okay.
It was me, Austin! It was me all along! I swear to God, it's going to be that version.
Oh, God, I know.
It's a long shot. I don't think it is, but my God, what a swerve it would fucking be, dude. Nobody would expect that.
I'm almost pissed that I know that it's not going to be that. because I love that.
If it's okay, I'm gonna just say now, it's not. I wanted it to be just for like ratings' sake and story's sake. It's not Punk.
No.
The next best option, if it's not CM Punk, would be Tony Khan.
And it would make sense. And really, the only issue would be where do you go from there? Because
then you have to turn Tony into an on-screen character.
And he has even said that he doesn't really want to do that. But also, like I said, I brought up the point of promos. Are you going to have Tony take a bump? You know, like, I'm sure in theory, the idea of it sounds fun for him, but I don't think in practice I don't think he's got that in him.
No, it was just like a fun, like, ooh, what if it was this guy?
Oh, yeah. It's just like, you almost have to think, okay, then what?
Right. But hey.
It would be fucking sick.
Right. But I mean, hey, we'll find out as these next few weeks roll out. And I mean, shit, you know, goddamn, we still have like weeks of television before World's End happens, and anything can happen between now and then. There's, I have 6 weeks of television?
Give or take, yeah.
Roughly, yeah. So Santa Media Bros kicks off next month, so be sure to come back and hang out with us for some Christmas Cult Cinema Saturday episodes, and we're going to cruise on through the end of this motherfucking year, and we don't have a bidding war of 2024 happening, but we will be back in 2024 after that shit. So stay tuned. Visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Check out all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network by visiting oddpodsmedia.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on social media, leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, and Podchaser. Thank you for hanging out with us this week. This has been episode 302, AEW Full Gear 2023. Until next time, I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.